Now, in light of rising COVID numbers, some upstate universities are upping precautions and warning students ahead of the return to classes on Monday. Administrators and health officials we spoke to say they're hoping the situation gets better, but that action has to be taken now to mitigate the spread. Now, tonight we spoke to officials and students to ask them how they're approaching this less than ideal start to the semester. We were hoping we wouldn't be back to this position, but we are. Matt Kaufax live at Clemson University with more. Matt?
Well, Cody, when these students left for winter break in early December, even in some cases late November, if they had those exams early, the landscape looked totally different. Now, to combat the Omicron surge, schools are changing things up and taking steps, each, though, approaching this problem a little differently.
We were hopeful that we would come back and get to pick up right where we left off in December.
Dean of Students at Furman University, Jason Cassidy, says Omicron and massive case numbers have changed their plans for return to classes next week.
With Omicron, we've decided to go ahead and require the booster. We already required the vaccine of our student body.
While Cassidy says the vaccine helped them have a successful in-person fall semester with lesser precautions, officials at other schools like Clemson are taking a different approach.
Omicron is very prevalent here, and the infectivity rate is very high.
Lead public health strategist for Clemson, Leor Rennert, says they are not requiring the vaccine, but will have other measures in place.
So we are going to have mask mandates in all buildings. We are also requiring pre-arrival and arrival testing for all students and employees. And after arrival, we will be having weekly testing.
Rennert says testing will go on for at least the first 3 weeks of in-person learning. Cassidy says that because of their vaccine requirement, their view is that constant testing isn't necessary.
We are going to bring masking back for a couple of weeks, just as an added layer of protection.
I'm excited for the people to be back.
Clemson senior Eric Hinton is back early ahead of next week. He says all his friends are pumped for a new semester and that their views are, it is what it is.
We all understand what it's for and why it's happening. It seems like we've been through it, we can get through it more, and we have to do what we have to do to be safe, then I think we're all willing to do it. It's annoying, but it's what we're doing.
Now, many administrators I spoke to say that if the medical community's predictions hold true, this surge will hopefully spike a little later this month, and we will be in the clear by February. They say at that point they can start to lessen some of these restrictions gradually, or at least that's the hope. Live in Clemson tonight, Matt Kaufax, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.